2. We had come here the other day and put a modem on it. Well, actually just a SIM card, and it actually needed a modem put on it. So the MCI4, which is right here, we just had to take that apart and install a new modem, which is this one, Centurion little modem, and then we're going to put a new SIM card in it as well. This is for the 4G upgrade, so if you're going to go 4G, you'll need a new modem, new SIM card, and they left their system on. And then what you'll need to do is you'll need to go in the system and upgrade the firmware for the MCI4. Make sure you load. There you go. Wow, that's taking a while. And load the programming for iSight if you're using iSight. Okay, let's get started. Let's take that apart. So MCI4, top on. Take all the screws out. Remove the cover. And this only goes back one way because it has a flat spot on the top. So it goes back on that flat spot there, so it's easy. Be careful of this seal right here. The seal will pop out. You just try to keep it in place while you're working. You're gonna have to remove these 4 screws right there, and it is a star. Once you got that, be very gentle when you lift this board up because there are going to be antenna attachments to it. So when you knock those off, you want to note where they went, because as soon as you bring this board up, you don't have much room, and it'll pop them off, and you won't know where they go. So snap pictures. And I'll show you as I get these off. I'll lift it up and show you how to do that. So with this main board here, all you're gonna do is it's connected right here. It's connected right there. So you're just gonna pull back just a little bit, just to disconnect. If you can, if you got room. See these wires up here are pretty well attached. There we go. So it just separated back a little bit, and then very gently wiggle and lift, and note where all those little antenna cables are going. You see them in there? So take a photo of it is best. There's 1 gray, 2 black, the 2 GPS go underneath, and the modem board is right there is what we need to get at. So when you remove these little antennas, you can use your fingernails and just put them together like this on both sides, and just pinch upwards, and they'll pop off. So be very gentle with them. They're just, as you can see, they just barely clip on. You don't want to damage them. So there's the modem we're changing out, and here's the new modem we're putting in. And as you see, it's just 2 small screws. Okay, with the modem, you're just gonna wiggle it out until it comes out like that. Then you got it. And here's the new modem, same thing. Just gonna drive it in until it snaps in. And you're gonna see it kind of flops up like that a little bit. Once you put those screws in, it's good to go. That's the old modem. Note where the antenna cable went on, and it went on right there. So it's gonna go on the same spot, J1. Okay. Alright, again, just note where you had those antenna wires connected to. Put them back on, drop it down, and you're going to have to adjust it so that it goes into that connection right there. You just give it a little shove, put the screws in, and you're good to go. New modem in place. Don't forget the SIM card right here. Put your new SIM card in it. And we'll do that, and then we'll button it up, give it a test. Alright, so MCI4 firmware is loaded, and we did everything the other day. Just had to load a new modem in there. Little marble down at the bottom, configure. and we'll just watch the status and see if it connects. Connecting to IP. And basically, once you've changed the APN, you're just going to watch the status under cellular for the MCI4, and you'll watch the status. It's actually starting its PPP. It'll say querying at first and starting. Once that goes through, you got web. Then you can go down to your little marble and you can check status there for modem, and you should be good. We're going to do a calibration on this machine. It's a 349F. When you measure a left tooth, middle, and right, they're different, and they should be really close to the same, and they should also match your other machines on the project as well, where this one is not matching. So, you know, just like I say, just like oil changes, you need to do your calibration and remeasure. Pins wear out, teeth wear out, stuff like that. So we'll remeasure, recalibrate this machine. We're going to check the calibration on it, just a comparison, and you just set out a piece of steel, something that you can use for elevation, and that's the same point. Alright, so tools, position check. We're going to check the left side first. So if you put that tooth, the left tooth, right in the middle of that chunk of steel right there. Be careful, you still got the antenna on that. You're good, it's not touching. And try to make the bucket flat. That's good. Just remember where you had it, because that's where we'll have to touch next time. Alright, so all you need to do is hit measure. And we have, we use the first three dot, so it's 723.31 north, 224.29 east, 3122.33 elevation. And I don't have the memory of an elephant, so I just take a photo. Alright, lift it up, and we're going to put the teeth straight down on top of that point, right where you had it. Try not to bang that around too much. And just set it down nice and gently. And that's about good right there. And you just go ahead and remeasure and do a comparison. So we had 723.31 for north, 723.28, so we're off just a tiny bit there, not bad. We had 224.29, 224.33, that's not bad for east. Elevation 3122.25, and we had .33, so 3/10 down to 2/10, so you're almost a tenth off just between that one motion. So that is enough for calibration, and let's just do the right. Okay, with the calibration, first thing you need to know, boom pin, how far back are your antennas? That's the pin. How far back? How far over from that center line of the pin? For measurement. You'll need to know where exact center is from width to width. Take that full measurement, divide it by 2, find the exact center of where the pin is, measure back in a straight line of the machine. String line works. So after you get the antenna distance from pin, the antenna height down to pin to ground, snap from the boom pin to boom pin down to bucket stick pin, and then you're going to set the bucket like so you can measure the dog bone pins. And with the dog bone pins, it's self-explanatory on the screen when you calibrate. Pin to pin, pin to pin, pin to pin, pin to pin. Once you've got all your measurements, you got your your bucket, make sure you reference which way the cab is going, so you know, because on the screen it's a little different. Flash drive, the machine, and 3DMC to D, we want that one. Save the old file, we're going to end up changing it, and then we're going to save the new file. So we just did a full calibration on that machine and got within 500ths elevation. So we're good. Alright, so machine is matching good to the model. As you can see, the right tooth is actually better than the left tooth. He digs a lot more with his left tooth. So you have to take that in consideration. The actual length of it is going to be different when you're going in the system and you're asking it to do a position check left and right. So account for the material loss and you'll be alright. Now don't forget that we made a new machine file. We added a whole bunch of new measurements and we need to copy this. Let me actually see what's in there. So they got another one in there. I don't want them to get confused, so I'm going to delete that one. They got one for a 347, a 374, and a 349F. The 349F is this one, the one I just did. So if you see multiples of the same one, keep the one you just did, get rid of the other one. That way they're not going to get confused. And just make sure that that file comes up and actually connects and does everything it was supposed to do. And that's it. We're good. Good on antenna, good on GPS, good on measurements. We are good. Good machine. Get to work.